How to make your own fertilized soil right at your place. Guys, have you ever heard of composting? In this video today, I'm going to teach you how to use what you throw away. Leaves, right? What you're throwing away on your small farm, on your farm, wherever you are, and turn it into fertilizer. What are we going to do today in this video? Guys, in this video today, I'm going to teach you how to make that famous black soil fertilized with the waste you gather on your property wherever you are. A very important lesson for all of you. What are we going to need, guys? We're going to be using this barrel right here, see? Okay? Wood ash, some kitchen scraps with vegetables, fruits, eggshells, leaves. These are leaves from the trees here on the farm. And I'm going to be using a banana tree trunk, okay? Along with limestone. Did you catch that, guys, how many liters my container is? You can set up this compost on the ground or in these containers here in a bucket, okay? Some people cut a 20L water bucket and do it inside that. That works too, okay? I'm going to do it in this composting drum here. You will see, you will follow the procedure from start to finish. The first thing we're going to do, guys, first of all, a big thank you to those of you who are just tuning in, to those of you joining now. Here I help you live country life with important tips for controlling pests and diseases, and planting and harvesting much more effectively. In this video right now, I'm going to teach you how to make an important fertilizer for your plants. Come with me. First thing, guys, this container of mine here, look, it's 200L, okay? Look over there, see, so you can see, okay? What did I do to it? I simply drilled holes in the bottom so water wouldn't pool up, okay? The first thing we're going to need is limestone. Limestone comes from a rock, okay? This right here comes from a rock, all right? The first thing we're going to do in the container is take the limestone and sprinkle it all around, okay? This is both to disinfect the area and to provide calcium and magnesium. Look, I sprinkle it at the bottom. Come here so you can see. Look, I'm going to cover the entire bottom down there. It's important, guys. That's where it sits, okay? That's where problems happen. So, look, then you take the limestone and sprinkle it around the container. If you're going to do it on the ground, do it on the ground first, just like this. After you do that, we're going to start our compost bin, okay? The cool thing about this is that you can do it in the city, in the country, wherever you are, okay? Let's begin. What am I going to start with, guys? I put down the limestone, right? Now, what am I going to do? Look, leaves. I'm going to make a layer like this, about 15 centimeters of leaves. Look. See, I'm tossing them in. There, look, I made my first layer of leaves, guys. Now I'm going to start with the wood ash layer. If you don't have wood ash, you can use sawdust, okay? Because wood ash is heavy, it will compact this mixture inside. Look, a layer of ash. Just look so you can see how it's turning out inside. It's important that you observe closely how it needs to look. Done. You saw how the leaves compacted in there. Now the next phase, guys. Look how important this is. I'm going to add the banana tree trunk, a great source of potassium and also organic matter. How do I add this? Look, you're just going to chop it up. Look. See, you just chop it right in here. We're going to make a layer, okay, guys? Look, see, just keep chopping it like this because it's an important source of water as well as chloride and potassium. Just look at how wonderful it turns out. A very rich fertilizer for you to use on your potted plants, your flowers, and your fruit trees. Is it ready? I've made a layer of it now, okay? I made a layer of it. Now I'm going to spread it out here, all right? And I had already chopped a bit of it over here. Look, I'm just going to top it off here. Put it in, look, toss it all right there into this layer. And now, guys, we continue with the leaves again. Look, these twigs right here that you might find mixed in, you can just break them and toss them inside. Look, all this material was going straight to the trash for me. Look, just so you can see. And now I'll continue with the banana leaves. This is important, guys. Look, I'm chopping them up and tossing them all in here. You can see that we don't waste anything here. Look. See a leaf. Look at the size of this leaf here, guys. Just chop it into pieces too. Look at that. The important thing is to chop it up so it decomposes faster, okay? Guys, now we start with the wood ash and press it down. Make another layer, okay, guys? There's no strict rule like, oh, it has to be this one next. No, it just has to be one layer of each. You can't repeat the same layer back to back, okay? Just look here so you can see. Done. Now what do? Now I come in here Look, and level it out, okay? I leveled it. Look, and now I move on to the next phase, the next layer. After you finish with the ash, now we move on to the kitchen scraps. Right here, guys, look. Any kitchen leftovers, eggshells, onion peels, garlic peels, okay? Here it is. Look. Then I come in and make a layer here too, okay? This was going to the trash, so we're going to turn it into fertilizer. Look. Spread it out well, okay? Look. And now I come in with another layer of limestone. Look how interesting this is, guys. Look how wonderful. I'm going to finish up here. Look here so you can see how nice it looks. I just made a layer of kitchen scraps. Then I spread this limestone on top, okay? Look, this is the secret, guys. And now, right, I did a layer of ash, one of kitchen scraps, one of limestone, and I'm going to continue here. Look, with the banana tree. The banana tree trunk is going to be important because it won't let this compost heat up too much since it contains water, okay, for its process. And it will also provide nutrients for our system here. Look, give it a chop with the machete on one side, one on the other, one on this side, and one on the other, okay? Does this barrel have holes? Yes, guys. I pierced it. I made holes in it, okay? Just using the machete. Because what happens? It's going to collect water, and that water needs to drain out. It can't stay inside. Look, I'm doing this right here, chopping it up, because if the water stays in there, it will rot the system. For microorganisms to carry out the decomposition process, they have to find a favorable environment. Here, guys, look, like this. The last piece, look. Look, I'm going to chop this piece here, look, like this. Well, the smaller you make the pieces, the better, the faster this compost bin will do its job, okay, guys? Look here so you can see now. Spread it out, okay? Besides having banana leaves at the bottom, there are banana leaves on top. So the nutrients will be throughout the entire compost bin. That's why we form layers. And now we add the leaves. Look, keep chopping these banana leaves in here. Look, remember that the shorter you cut the pieces, the faster it will decompose, turning into fertilizer. Look here so you can see. I'm going to throw in one more because these leaves are beautiful, guys. Look. So starting today, you'll know how to make your own black soil, your own fertilizer. Just look now so you can see, look. How wonderful. It's already almost completely full. I'm going to put one more leaf now. Look. One more leaf. You can see that I'm finishing with the leaves on top. Look. But I haven't finished yet. I'm going to finish with the ash. I'm going to put another layer of tree leaves, okay? And I'm going to finish here with the wood ash because that's what will hold it together. Look, now I come in with the leaves I've been gathering. Look, I rake the yard and gather them. Look here, look, so you can see how beautiful this is going to be. Look, the richest fertilizer for your plants. Look, so you can see with these leaves, I've been gathering leftover logs, okay? There's everything here, look. There's everything you can imagine, branches, okay? It just can't have plastic or glass, okay, guys? Things that don't decompose are not allowed. Is it finished? No, we're going to finish now with the wood ash. If you don't have wood ash, it can be sawdust, okay, guys? It can also be wood shavings. Look, just look here so you can see. Let's complete one more here. Look, one more. Done. Here we have just finished our compost bin. Look here so you can see how it's going to turn out. Look, a little piece of tin can. I'm going to take it out, okay? This right here, guys, is a compost bin. We just finished setting up our compost bin. Now, what's the next phase? Do you need to water this? Yes, you do. I'll tell you when. If it's the rainy season, you have to cover it, okay, guys? It's important because water can't keep falling in here. If you make it on the ground, you'll have to cover it with a tarp when it rains. As long as it's not raining, you don't need to. Sound good? So let's go. You're going to leave it here now. Since it's not the rainy season here, I'm not going to cover it. It's going to stay like this. When do I know I have to add water? You're going to come every morning and you're going to put your hand right here. If it's hot, you have to water it. Why? Because the microorganisms will start working on the decomposition here. And as they decompose this material, it heats up, right? What happens if it gets too hot? The heat will kill the microorganisms and your compost bin won't transform. So it's important every time you come here, look, put your hand in. If it's hot, you have to come with water and irrigate it to regulate the temperature. Did you catch the reason for this detail, guys? It's important, really very important. I made it on the ground. What are you going to do? Let's say this here is your compost bin. You made it on the ground. You're going to come here. Look, open a hole in it. Come with your hand and put it in. If it feels hot, you'll have to water it on the ground too. So guys, this is an important tip for you to be successful in setting up your compost bin. How long does it take to decompose? Guys, here in my region, the climate is hot, so it decomposes quickly here. In 2 to 3 months, the process is already done. In colder regions, it takes a little longer, okay? But I believe it shouldn't take more than 4 months. So the average time to be ready is 3 to 4 months. Here in my region, I've already done composting in 60 days because of the heat, which helps us a lot here. So it's important that you always monitor the temperature. If you made it in a barrel, put your hand in and it's hot, you have to water it. If you made it on the ground, you opened a hole there in the compost bin, put your hand in, it's hot, you have to water it. If you take care of this, it's perfect. You don't need to check the temperature every day. 2 or 3 times a week is great, okay? As for watering, you'll water it as needed. Guys, I'm very happy to have all of you here. For those of you who are just arriving here now, I have to ask you, follower, who is watching the video, to subscribe to the channel here. A big hug to you. Subscribe to the channel here, hit the little bell so that every time a video comes out, you get notified. So in this video here today, you learned how to make your compost bin using products that you would normally throw away. A big hug to all of you. I'm very happy to have all of you here. Special affection for everyone on the channel here with me. Heading towards knowledge, helping people to produce on their small farm, wherever you are, in Brazil and in the world. A big hug to all of you. May God be with you all. Come along with me. Woo-hoo! If this guide on how to turn what would be trash into black gold for your garden has changed the way you see nature, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. We are revealing the secrets of the earth that many prefer to ignore. Cultivate your future with us. The next treasure of knowledge will be open soon.